Well, how y'all are this afternoon? This is your buddy George Jones over at the Bergen Gun Range with my next installment on A. They got another cotton picking mini shell on the market. Let's give it a try. So this is Noble Sports International, NSI, has come out with a mini shell. So their mini shell, this one is Mini Buck 6P. So it's SG, which is the British designation for double alt buck, and LG, which is the French designation for double alt buck, I believe. And it is 1,250 feet per second. And then it's 60 something up here, and I'm not sure what the 60 is, but I think that's like 60 joules of energy or something like that. 60 joules of the Nile energy. 60 Egyptian joules, or 60 some stupid joule game on the internet. So anyway, and there it is right there. Now this mini shell is 2¼ inches in length. So what we're going to find out today is A, how does it shoot at 15 yards on a B-21 police silhouette in terms of patterning from a known gun, in this case the 870 Police Magnum, okay, in 12 gauge, and whether or not it's long enough to actually function in a conventional shotgun without modification. So let's talk about that for a minute. We've got the old well-known and well-loved and well-used 870 Police Magnum. So we're going to load this thing up with about 3 of them right here. And I'm not going to combat load. I'm going to stick them in there. It's a blue colored clear shell, and you can actually see the pellets in it. It has that funny looking wad in it that I call the Green Lantern wad because it looks like the Green Lantern logo. And it has a conventional 6-point crimp in it. Let's put about 3 in there and see how long it takes to run 3 through it. It'd be nice. I mean, this thing holds 7, which means it would hold about 246 mini shells. You know, you'd be pumping away at it like it's a belt fed. All right, the B-21 silhouette settled down there with a spot on it. We're going to see if it'll pump in there. Woo, it worked. Somebody you put my gun on safe?
No.
Imagine that shotgun on safe. And the recoil's not too bad. All right, let's see if it'll pump it. Whoop, it went in there good. All right, let's see how it does on some steel. All right, it works. We got 2 more here. Go ahead and duty load 2. Well, isn't that special? So apparently 2¼ inch cartridge length is long enough to function correctly in an 870. Now we don't have a Mossberg to try. Okay, we don't have anything else to try. There's only 2 shotguns, only 2 pump shotguns in the world. That's a Mossberg and an 870. Anything else is just a waste of money. Let's go look at it and see what it looks like. Jesus, it's the feds. It's a little wide at 15 yards, but they're all in there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a wad impact. So at 15 yards, yeah, it's kind of effective. It doesn't pattern as good, seems like, as conventional double-aught buckshot does. Of course, there's more in there. You know, this is 6 pellet. Conventional buckshot is 9. So while we got a target up, let's look at something else. Oh, Rio. Either Rio Bravo or Rio Gale or Rio de Janeiro, wherever it's made. Rio. Now, Rio is a good shotgun shell brand. I'm not sure where these things are made. Ed, where are they made at? Brazil, South America. It has a picture of an F on the back of it and a picture of a bird in flight. So I reckon they're made to shoot at birds. And it's got a picture of a hog there. So I guess it's made to shoot at wild hogs. Yeah, that's it. This particular shot is 12P, number 1 buck. Now I brought this out to show it because there's actually people out there that think that number 4 and double aught are the only 2 buckshot sizes. Okay, so there's other shot sizes, and this is, I can get it open. Are you trying to set yourself on fire over again? Corrections officer needs to carry a lighter. You never know when you need to burn something down. Right. Let's take a look at them, see what they look like. And they look like a conventional Rio shotgun shell. A 12 pellet number 1 buck. Now a number 1 buck pellet is 30 caliber. Now, I remember a time when I used to have a 30 caliber muzzle loading rifle that I would go out and try and find number 1 buck so I could cut the shell apart and get the ball out of it so I could go kill me a squirrel. See what the stated box flap information is. 12 gauge, 2 3/4, 1,345 feet per second. 12 pellet, number 1 buck. All right. We've already looked at that target down there, so we know where the pellet holes are at. Let's see what number 1 buck will offer us as a reward for our efforts. Get some ear mufflers on. Combat load 1, and get one in the magazine tube. Then I'll put 1 more down there. Surely we can tell the difference between a double aught buckshot hole and a number 1 buckshot hole. Or maybe not. But there's going to be a lot more in there in just a second. All right, here we go. Hey, that's got some kickitation to it. Let's see if I can do something on steel. Yeah. All right, let's go down there and see how many more holes we got in it. This is the only video we're doing today. I've got 40 in the can, 12 more with the editor, you know, so it's like, whew. There's a lot more holes in there than there was a minute ago. So that was 12 of number 1 buck and 6 of double aught buck. Let's see how many holes is in there. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A big old wad hole. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. About 19 holes in it.
All in.
All in. So, in terms of effectiveness, it's pretty effective. Now, what's the advantage of number 1 buck over, say, double aught? Well, there's a lot of game hunting going on with buckshot. Most of the 7 deep south southern states allow buckshot for big game hunting, wild hogs, white-tailed deer, and so forth. As a matter of fact, back in the old days, we used to blow up white-tailed deer pretty good in Florida with double aught buck, you know, and number 4 buck as well. Because, you know, a lot of the places we would hunt, I mean, you climb up in a stand and you couldn't see the stand for the brush from the ground, you know, and you couldn't see 25 feet through the woods. You know, they just about have to walk up on you. You have to walk around with a salt block around your neck to be able to see a deer when he walks up on it. So anyway, it's pretty effective stuff. Just gives you a little bit more pellets than at close range. It's a pretty good killer. I've killed deer in Florida and Louisiana both at 15 yards with buckshot. You know, so it's a pretty effective shot load. Number one buck, 12 pellets. They also come in 16 pellet. It all has to do with the type of wadding that they're using in the shell. You know, some of the wadding is taller than others and allows you to get a certain amount of shot in there. 16 pellet buck is a lot better. 16 pellet number one buck. Winchester USA, Winchester Super X has a 16 pellet number one buck if you can find it. All right then, that's about enough shotgun shell buckshot evaluation for today, don't you think? You probably tired of listening to me ramble on. Want to go look something else maybe. Like to take, share, if I commentate and subscribe. Leave me a $1 in the Patreon bucket if you want to, and if you don't, I keep right on making content for you. Keep being careful during these dangerous times. We're pretty well over the coof, but we've still got quite a few goofs. Election time rolls around, be sure and go vote right. God bless everybody and God bless America. We'll see you when we see you. Bye now.